going on, y'all? It's your boy DJRichieSkye back with another video, and we got to talk about some things. Okay, now first things first, y'all might notice I'm in a different location. I'm down to the Miami where I thought I was going to have some fun in the sun. Okay, instead I'm getting rain in the shade because it's a tropical storm going on down here in the streets. Okay, but still we're gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna drop this news off for y'all. We got some Married to Medicine news. We're gonna talk about some Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. Okay, and we also got to talk Real Housewives All Stars tea. Yes. Oh, it's juicy today. Okay. So before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, y'all know what to do. Hit the button. Okay. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the news of the day. Now, first things first, and probably what has to be considered one of the most confusing storylines ever to hit Married to Medicine, at least for me, okay? Probably because I'm not into real estate as of yet. I mean, it's something that I definitely want to get into, but I'm not into it yet. So I don't necessarily understand all the fine details that go along with it. But if you do, chime in the chatterization as to what makes sense to you, okay? Now, let's take it all the way back. Now, our friends over at the Married to Medicine source had posted that Toya and Eugene had sold their house, okay? Now, it was last sold for $2.95 mil, okay? And it shows on Realtor.com that they purchased the home for $2.6 mil, okay? Now, when you head over to Urban Bell Mag, they had captured a comment from Eugene who says, do a bit more research before you put out numbers, try again. But if that's what Realtor.com is reporting, I mean, y'all take that up with them, okay? For real, I mean, they're the ones got it wrong, but how wrong can they be? And again, I'm not into real estate, so I don't really know whether or not Realtor.com is unreliable as he is making it seem, or at least alluding to, in my opinion, but I don't know. But I will say that he did, according to Urban Bell Mag, like a comment that claimed that they made just under $1 million for the house. Now, by my estimations, that ain't $1 million, but whatever, I mean, float your boat. If you felt like you made a profit from it, then go off, okay? Go the heck off. But you know, the people gonna definitely be looking at the house that they buy next to see what that price range is, to see if it goes up in price, to see, you know, if it's comparable to the house that they were, you know, that they were just in, that they just sold. So we're gonna be looking out for that. I'm sure it'll be a storyline on the next season of Married to Medicine, and you know somebody gonna bring it up, okay? Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about Real Housewives All Stars, okay? Now, we ain't even got the first season yet, okay? The first iteration of this yet. But the word on the reliable curve, okay, is that season 2, or the second iteration, is set to film in September, okay? Now, you guys may recall that the first season starred Luann de Lesseps, Cynthia Bailey, aka 50 Cent, Kenya Moore, Kyle Richards, Teresa Giudice, Melissa Gorga, and Ramona Singer, okay? So we have those ladies there doing the first iteration of this. But according to Do More, okay, popular site online with a lot of tea, and they get a lot of anonymous information, it says Real Housewives All Stars Season 2 is filming in September, pending any last minute panorama changes, okay? Word on the street, allegedly, is that it's based around an East Coast housewife. Fans will be very pleased based on some recent happenings. Lots of surprises, not who you expect to see, okay? Now, that is very interesting if you're gonna tell me that there are lots of surprises. Now, something that I find that I think would be rather dope is if there was like maybe an East Coast housewife that was getting together some housewives who had not been on the show in quite some time. Like, let's say, you know, a Giselle Bryant well, she probably wouldn't do this now that I think about it, because I was about to say Giselle Bryant getting the Phaedra Parks down to the vacation resort, but you know, given that they done both allegedly dated Pastor Jamal Bryant, that probably is not likely to happen, but it would be some good television, would it not? Okay, so anyway, speaking of Giselle, according to Real Housewives franchise, she did an interview where she says that she was actually supposed to do the first iteration of the Real Housewives All-Stars. She says it was in production for me and Portia, as well as some of the other ladies that they went with. So maybe it wouldn't have been 50 Cent and maybe it wouldn't have been Kenya Moore. I really don't know. She said, but you know, the Panorama hit, so that group was canceled. But yes, I would love to do it. This current season looks phenomenal. Now, when they asked her which other people she would like to actually do something like that with, she says that, I think that based off the chemistry I have with Portia on Bravo's chat room, I would love to do it with her, Shannon Medore from Real Housewives of Orange County. I think that would be amazing. She says Dorit Kemsley, Leah McSweeney. I would think that would be super fun, and Heather Gay from Salt Lake City. Now, let me tell you something. What I'm telling you right now is what I would want is, you know, if you're going to take somebody from Potomac, it has to be either Karen or Giselle, obviously, or a mix of both of them because, you know, they don't get along. And I would also have to throw in like a Jen Shaw or a Mary Cosby from, you know, Salt Lake City because they are very unpredictable. Okay, you never know what they're going to do. I would toss in a Lisa Rinna to give us a little bit of mess. I would toss in a Shannon Medore because she is a little, you know what I'm saying? She's a little, you know, so I would definitely want to create a masterful mess of a season, but that's just me. Okay, that's just me. Who would you cast for this second iteration that's allegedly starting to film in September? Give me your top picks, okay, down in the comment section below. I will tell you that because at the time Salt Lake City and Potomac were filming, that means that those two casts were not included in this All-Stars version. But given that those two casts are currently not filming and Salt Lake City is about to have its trailer debut anytime now, Bravo, I mean, I feel like those two cities are definitely going to be included in this next iteration because they do have some powerhouse players in those casts, okay? So with that out of the way, let's move on to the Real Housewives of Atlanta news. Now, I need to pull up this post because I want to read to you guys exactly what it says before I actually get into the speculation of it all, okay? So if you guys head on over to, ooh, she took it down. She took it down. Ooh, she took it down, but let me see if I can find it someplace else because, listen, now I'm even more convinced of what I was about to tell y'all. I'm even more convinced. Hold on, stay with me now. I'm not even gonna edit this out because I want y'all to see my reaction as I'm going through and through and through and through. And it seems like it's been taken down from a couple of sites. This is very interesting. Give me a second, y'all. I wanna clarify this before I actually give y'all the team. So what's going on is basically this. Yesterday, Drew Sidora posted a photo of herself and basically said something to the effect that everything was coming up peachy. Now, if I find it and I took a screenshot of it, like I hope I did, okay, when I saw it, then I'm definitely gonna post it here. Maybe she took it down because they asked her to remove it because they don't want nobody to know that they're about to start filming and she is included in the cast, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all like this. The fact that it's been removed from her page and from like a couple of other sites that I know that I follow leads me to believe that Drew Sidora is back on the cast and maybe she was just being a little preemptive with her post and delete, okay? And again, the fact that it's been deleted leads me to believe that she's definitely back, but that's just my speculation, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that now. And given that, you know, we do speculations, okay, on this channel, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm speculating. I feel like I'm speculating correctly that she is back on the cast. And let me tell you why, okay? The other day we talked about Portia quitting Dish Nation. And I said to you guys, as we talked about the possibilities of who's coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we talked about how Andy had a list of 6 names that he had on a list that he wanted to have for this coming season. So, using my process of elimination and my deduction skills, okay, because I am Inspector Gadget when I wants to be. I think in my opinion that Drew Sidora is a likely pick to come back, because it is highly likely, because she is a second season housewife, that she is not yet that expensive, okay? And so if she's not that expensive, to me, it would only make sense that she would, be welcomed back to the network. She did, have a lot of fiery moments with LaToya and with Kenya, who is a mainstay on this cast. And so I think that in order to keep this drama circulating, it would make sense to have her back. And plus, if Portia does come back, it would also make sense because, they kind of had like their own little dynamic duo thing going on. So to me, I feel like it would make sense if that was the case. So we'll see how that plays out in the next coming weeks. But I definitely feel like we're going to get a confirmation at some point in the next, month or so that Drew Sidora is back on the cast. But that's just me based on what I saw yesterday, okay? If you happen to see it, chime down in the comment section down below, because I know it was out there. I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone now. And that's all we're going to say on that, okay? Now, with that being said, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, and I will catch you in the next video.